Hey guys, it's Cole. I've got a few minutes while the kids are at VBS and I just fed Gideon, so he's pretty chill right now. I've actually got you sitting in my pantry so I can get a relatively good angle and not be sideways like I was last time. But I wanted to chat with you guys today about happiness. I've been watching this documentary. I think I finished it now, but it took me a couple days to get through it, obviously with kiddos and all that, but it is called Happy. If you've got Netflix, it should just be on there. It's like a blue background with clouds and it just says happy in white writing. And this was it was a good documentary. I love watching documentaries and not just like junk TV. But one takeaway that I had from this out of the whole documentary was they were comparing these two different lifestyles of two different men living in different parts of the world. So the first man that they talked about, I believe he was from India, and he had, you know, kind of your typical family, a few children, he had a wife, but they showed his home. And really, when we look at it from a North American standpoint, it looked like what you would see in like the homeless, like tent cities type idea, where it was, you know, one wall and tarps for a roof, and he worked as a rickshaw driver. And you're listening to him explain it and kind of watching it, you're thinking, wow, how does he get through his day? Like, how is he happy? He must feel so deprived of all these things. But he's talking to, you know, his interviewer saying, how lucky am I? Oh, it's saying my connection's weak, maybe because you're in my cupboard. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But he's saying, how lucky am I? Like, I have this home, it has this roof, you know, we've got a window on both sides, so everything, you know, the wind comes through. I'm gonna move you guys so maybe I get a better connection. Whoop. Okay, so, you know, the wind comes through, we get this great breeze, and we get the sunshine. He's like, it leaks a little when it rains, but no big deal, everything dries. And he's talking about his job as a rickshaw driver, and he's saying, well, sometimes people are mean to me, but, you know, I don't really say much because then they pay me well. But I really love working in monsoon season because, you know, then I get kind of washed off, I get cooled off and all this. And I'm thinking, this guy lives in something that, you know, if we were to see that here, they'd be considered homeless. And he's working a job that we see, you know, in the bigger cities. And we kind of feel sorry for these people of not having like an office job and a good job. But he's so thankful for this. And then they fast forward to another gentleman who I believe he was from China, and they're literally talking about how people in China are working themselves to death. Oh, notification. They are working jobs that they're not sleeping properly, they're not eating, they're so miserable, and their lifestyle is so focused on work, that they're literally killing themselves at their job. Not suicide, but like they are dying at their job because they are so overworked, and it's just insane. And their relationships are just in the toilet. This one man that they interviewed, it was his 30th birthday, and he's trying to explain to his girlfriend or wife why he shouldn't be going out, you know, and celebrating his 30th birthday with his friends and family because work was more important. And I'm just thinking, how do people live this way? Like, it was such a stark contrast as to what people were finding happiness in, and how we are so programmed to think like bigger house, bigger home, bigger bank account, better cars, faster cars, that's going to bring you happiness. But I'm seeing like in this documentary, that's not where happiness comes from. Happiness does not come from the physical things you have. It doesn't come from the money in your bank account. It comes from the inside of being thankful and having gratitude for the things that have been provided for you in your life and working hard for those things. And yet, you know what, we might not live in the biggest of mansions and we might not drive the fanciest of cars, but hey, I've got a house. Hey, I've got a car. You know, I've got money in my bank account that my kids are eating today. My kids have clothes on their back. That's good for me. I'm okay with that. And it really got me thinking, like, why is our society like this? Why are we so into what we have, what we own? Are we better than the next person? Are we keeping up with the Joneses? What shoes are we wearing? What car are we driving? It is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Sorry. I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm a little grumpy. But this is just, it's ridiculous, and it needs to stop, and the world is going in the tank. I'm Canadian, so I don't get a vote on this presidential election, but oh man, I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous, guys. So yes, you need to watch this documentary. It's just called Happy. We all need to get a little happiness in our lives. We need to be thankful for the things we've got, and it's Friday, so let's have some coffee, let's have some chocolate, and let's just relax and enjoy the weekend. All right, thanks for listening to me rant, guys. Bye.